Okay. Oh wait.
My name's Aiden Chow.
I'm Andrea.
Andrea, nice to meet you.
What do you feel? How do you feel about teen pregnancy?
Well, I think teen pregnancy is a matter of perspective because centuries ago, teens were the ones having kids. I think that in modern society, we shun it because we assume that people who are teenagers can't make their own decisions, aren't capable of taking themselves seriously, aren't capable of being responsible. If you give people the ability to be responsible, they will act responsibly. But if you continuously say, oh, well, teen pregnancy is irresponsible, like, pregnancies happen. Like, condoms aren't 100% effective. Abstinence isn't even 100% effective because we preach abstinence and teen pregnancy still happens.
Yeah.
So the idea is that if you educate people, if you support them in the decisions that they make so that that child, that unborn child, can be a productive member of society, if you allow social programmings to be used appropriately, then you see that teen pregnancy isn't the problem, it's how our society views it. And by accepting it and understanding it and realizing it's going to happen, that we're better prepared to handle things like a teenager who is pregnant. That's how I feel about it.
That's a good point.
That was interesting.
Thank you for your opinion.
Thank you.
No worries, no worries.
It's nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. And you guys have an awesome rest of your day. And don't ever let anybody tell you that you can't make a difference or that you are underempowered because you're underage.
All right, thank you.
Peace, guys.
Want to do this?
Where's it going?
Oh, just to our school. We're doing a little project about pregnancy. It's not like going on the news or anything.
I didn't figure.
Yeah.
We would have a much nicer camera.
Yeah.
Yes, you would.
Yeah. So,
How do you feel about teen pregnancy?
I think it's just a natural part of life. It's a disruptive part of life, obviously, for the people involved. It's going to happen. We're not going to stop it just because we wish it would go away. And it's a shame.
all right. So, how do you feel about teen pregnancy?
I feel like teenage pregnancy is a bad choice for both the mother and the child because it influences both of them negatively as life goes on. Because if you get pregnant in high school, the majority of the girls that do get pregnant never actually finish high school and never get their GED. So any job that they will hold will always be a lower paying job or more of a menial job, and they will never actually be able to pay for their child adequately or give their child the life that it deserves. So the child will, be sort of held up at the starting gate right from birth just because the mother chose to have a child in high school rather than later on in college or after college.
So, for those teenagers who already are pregnant, those young girls, do you think parents are giving them enough support?
I really don't believe so. If your child gets pregnant in their teenage years, there's obviously some sort of disconnect between the parent and child. Because a lot of the times getting pregnant is either a mistake just because they weren't informed enough, or it's a cry of attention, for attention from the parents. Saying there's something wrong, I need support, I need love. So I feel like a lot of the parents of the children that do get pregnant, or the girls that do get pregnant, they don't support their children enough, or they don't know enough about what's going on in their child's life, and they need to, talk with their children more and support them in that way to help them through this difficult time.
Alright, do you think there's anything we can do now to help prevent more pregnancies from occurring?
There really is, and the U.S. has the highest teenage pregnancy rate in North America, and something that Europe does differently, where the child or teenage pregnancy rates are much lower, is they have sexual education classes required in school, and I feel like that's something we could transfer over here. How we have health classes for the freshmen that are required. They're a required credit in school. So I feel like we should have a sexual education class for the juniors or for the senior class that should also be a required credit. Because a lot of children, their parents don't inform them about sex because they feel it's something that they're going to discover in college or post-college. But through our modern media and through just having friends that are our age, a lot of the times we're exposed to sex much earlier, and if children don't know how to protect themselves, then obviously more teenage pregnancies are going to occur. So having a required class would teach those children whose parents do not actually tell them how to protect themselves or what to do once you get pregnant would really be helpful.
Alright, thank you for doing this. Okay.